Hello students, welcome to maths class. So today we will do revision class. So there are 10 questions for quarterly for you. So I will revise all the 10 questions for you, right? So first exam you are writing, so try to write nicely. So first impression is best impression, and if we did first thing, that will be well begun is half done. There is one saying, right? Well begun is half done. So try to write this exam perfectly. So here just I will explain the method. I cannot solve, already we solved all the problems method wise. So now I will explain just method, right? How you can remember the question. Okay, so now come to the first question. So if you observe, the first and second questions are, these are most repeated long questions from straight lines. You are having all the 10 long questions, right? You should be perfect with all the 10, right? You cannot skip anything. Okay, so first find the circumcenter of triangle whose vertices are given to us. First and second are of same type, right? So if I explain the method for first, that will be same for the second. So first we will discuss the first and second question, right? So now come to the first question. What is that? Find the circumcenter of the triangle whose vertices are given to you. Right, circumcenter. What is meant by circumcenter? I said point of intersection of the perpendicular bisectors of the triangle. I said, right. So suppose this is your triangle, right? A, B, C are there. So we have to take perpendicular bisectors of the sides. So suppose here exactly this is the perpendicular bisector of BC. Similarly, you take the perpendicular bisector of AC, right? Similarly, you take AB. All will intersect. They are concurrent, right? All will intersect. That point of intersection is called circumcenter. Here question is, three vertices are given to you. A, B, C are the three vertices of the triangle are given to you. We have to find the circumcenter, right, of the triangle, right? So that is denoted by S. Circumcenter is denoted by S. What is circumcenter? It is the point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors of the sides. Okay, so you have to find the SD equation and SE equation. Find out SD equation and SE equation, right? Then their point of intersection is called the circumcenter. So how you will find SD here, right? So how you will find? Very simple. This is perpendicular bisector, means D is the midpoint of BC. Okay, so D is, what is that? D is midpoint of BC, isn't it? So one point we want to write the line equation, we need one point and one slope. We want SD line equation as well as SE line equation. The point of intersection of SD and SE is called the circumcenter. Okay, so once again there is a triangle ABC whose vertices are given to you. A, B, C, three vertices are given to you. Find the circumcenter. Circumcenter means the point of intersection of the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of the triangle. Okay, so how we will take the perpendicular bisector? This is one perpendicular bisector, this is another perpendicular bisector. The aim is find the equation of SD and find the equation of SE. Solve the two equations by cross multiplication method, then you will get your S, that is nothing but the circumcenter. Okay, so how you will get SD line equation? D is a midpoint of BC. we got A, B, C points. So D is midpoint of BC. Okay, so you find out D. Then you find out the slope. How? Slope of SD. Slope of SD, how we will find? We will find 1 minus slope of BC, right? Why like this? Your SD is perpendicular to BC. If SD is perpendicular to BC, slope of SD is equal to minus of 1 by slope of BC. And you know how to find slope between when 2 points are given. It is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So once we got the point and the slope, this is nothing but M, right? And D is nothing but the point x1 y1. You consider that point as x1 y1. If you know the point, if you know the slope, you can find that line equation by using the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. If you apply this formula, you will get your SD equation, right? So we will write equation of SD is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Okay, this is your SD equation. Similarly, you find out the equation of SE, right? How you will find the equation of SE? Come on, tell me how you will find. Same thing, E is the midpoint of AC. E is the midpoint of AC. That means how we will find midpoint? x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2 is called midpoint. Okay, so if E is the midpoint, then find out the slope of SE is equal to minus 1 by slope of AC. Same procedure, right? So why SE is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so therefore similarly you find out the equation of SE. Then point of intersection of your SD and SE is called the circumcenter. Okay, so what is circumcenter? Point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors. So just to find out the perpendicular bisector equations, two equations SD and SE, their point of intersection is your circumcenter. Same concept you have to apply for the second question also. Find the circumcenter of the triangle whose vertices are given to you. Okay, so what is the procedure? First you take SD, SE in the diagram, right? Then you find out D is the midpoint of BC and find out the slope of SD. Why? We need one point and one slope to write any line equation. So we want SD line equation. So D is the point and we need M. Once we got the point x1, y1 and slope M, right? Then its equation is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Okay, so if you substitute, you will get your SD line equation. Similarly, SE line equation. Point of intersection of SD and SE is your circumcenter. That is the concept of first two questions. Okay, now come to your third and fourth. These two are of same type and these two are of same type. Observe the third question. Find the orthocenter of the triangle with. Similarly, find the orthocenter of the triangle with these 3 points. Okay, so how we will find the orthocenter means, okay, here I will explain. See, orthocenter, again circumcenter means I said point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors. Orthocenter means point of intersection of altitudes, right? What is meant by altitude? I already explained to you the perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side, right? The perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side are called the altitudes. What is meant by altitude? The perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side is called altitude. Point of intersection of altitudes is called the orthocenter, right? So we need two altitudes now. AD is one altitude. See, that is the line from vertex to opposite side, perpendicular line, and draw another perpendicular line from vertex B to opposite side. That is BE is one altitude and AD is one altitude, right? We have to find the point of intersection of AD and BE. Okay, so how we will get the AD line? So very simple. In this problem, all the three vertices are given to us. A, B, C. Three vertices are given to us. So to write any line equation, we need one point and slope. A is with us. It is given in the question. So we want the slope of AD, where AD is perpendicular to BC. So come on, we have to find slope of, come on, what is that? Slope of AD is equal to, we can write this as minus 1 by slope of, what is that? BC. Okay, slope of AD, right, is nothing but minus 1 by slope of BC. Why? AD is perpendicular to BC. When two lines are perpendicular, slope of one line is equal to minus 1 by slope of another line. How you will find slope of BC? By applying the formula y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, so once you got slope of AD and you know the point A, right? It is the point, right? Equation of the line passing through one point and slope. Once we know the point and slope, we can write the equation of AD, right? What is that? Altitude, right? By using the formula y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. Okay, so you take the point as nothing but A, that line passes through A, and substitute, you will get your AD line equation. Very simple, right? So orthocenter means point of intersection of altitudes. What is meant by altitude? A perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side is called the altitude. Okay, so how we will get this line equation? We want one point and we want one slope. So point is given to us in the question. We have to find the slope. How we will find the slope? It is perpendicular line to BC. So slope of AC is equal to minus 1 by slope of BC. So once we got the point and slope, we can find that line equation. Similarly, you find out, right? Find what is that line equation? AD, then you find out BE. Okay, so point of intersection of AD bar and BC bar is called the orthocenter. Okay, so that is the concept, that is the method of this problem. So first of all, be clear with what is meant by orthocenter. Orthocenter means it is nothing but the point of intersection of altitudes. What is meant by altitude? Altitude is a line from vertex to opposite side. Perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side is called altitude. So take two altitude equations, that is AD and BE. Find out their point of intersection, that is nothing but your orthocenter. Okay, so that is the method and concept of your third and fourth problems. Right, now come to the fifth question. So observe, your fifth and sixth are of same type, right? Your fifth and sixth are of same type. What is that? Find the circumcenter of the triangle with the sides. Three sides are given to you, right? Find the circumcenter of the triangle of sides are given. See, first 1 and 2 questions, vertices are given to us, but now the sides are given to us. If sides are given, how we have to find the circumcenter? Actually, if you go through the records, right, in your maths 1B, right, videos, there it is in the beginning only heading is finding the circumcenter when the sides are given to you. Is there? Once go through it and practice. I have given one question. I said model wise I have given one. Here two are there. First you go through that one question, then you solve the second one. So now come to the procedure. What is the procedure? So this is of which two questions? Fifth and sixth questions, right? Fifth and sixth. So first and second same concept, right? Third, right, and fourth same concept. Now fifth and sixth same concept. So how we will find here? If sides are given to us, so observe very carefully, right? A, B, C. These are the sides are given to us, but we need the vertices. How we will find vertices? Very simple. You take AB and AC, point of intersection of AB and AC, you will get your A point, and point of intersection of AB and BC, you will get your B point, right? Next, point of intersection of BC and AC, you will get your C point. Getting my point? First try to get your vertices. How we will get the vertices? The point of intersection of two lines, we will get one vertices, isn't it? So point of intersection of AB and AC, you will get your A point. Point of intersection of your AB and BC, you will get your B point. Point of intersection of BC and AC, you will get your C point, right? Once points are there, now come to that. What is the question? Question is find the circumcenter. So again, circumcenter is nothing but the perpendicular bisectors. Point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors is called, isn't it? This is SD, this is SE, right? Point of intersection of perpendicular bisectors is called the circumcenter. Okay, so we need SD equation and SE equation. How we will get it? First you find out D is the midpoint of BC. We got three vertices A, B, C. So D is the midpoint of BC. After that you write the line equation SD which is perpendicular to BC. BC equation is there with us, right? And I said if we want to write any line, right, which is perpendicular to AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0 is, come on, BX minus AY is equal to K. If we want to write the perpendicular line equation, X coefficient goes to Y, Y coefficient comes to X, in the middle minus sign will be there, right? So it is AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. We have to, that means our BC line will be in that form. If we want to write its perpendicular line, it should be in this form. So you write that SD line equation. In that line passes through D. You substitute D point, you will get your K. Again you substitute, you will get your SD equation. Once again I am explaining. So we want SD line equation and SE line equation. So first SD line equation, how we are writing? We know SD's perpendicular line equation, right? So if we know one line, if we want to write its perpendicular line, it should be in the form of X coefficient goes to Y, Y coefficient comes to X, in the middle minus sign will be there, is equal to K. And this SD passes through D, right? This SD passes through D, and where D is midpoint of BC, right? We have to find D value. Why? We got B point, C point. We can easily find out D, x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Substitute, you will get your SD line equation. Once you got SD line equation, you find out SE line equation. Same procedure. SE is perpendicular to AC. So AC line equation is given to us. So just whenever we have to take the line perpendicular to another line means x coefficient goes to y coefficient comes to x in the middle, minus sign is equal to k. That SE passes through E, where E is the midpoint of AC. So you find out E, right, by taking the midpoint, right. So then you substitute that E, you will get your K value. After substituting K value, you will get your SE equation. Okay, so point of intersection of SD and SE is called the circumcenter. That is the concept of your 5th and 6th. So what is the procedure? Once again, you find out the 3 vertices. Here 3 sides are given to you. 3 side equations are given to you. So we need vertices. So for that, solve two line equations. Their point of intersection is one vertex. Okay, like that you find out your ABC. After that you find out D is the midpoint of BC and E is the midpoint of AC. Okay, then you take SD line equation, right? SD line equation. So how we will take SD line equation here? So SD is perpendicular to BC line, right? So you apply that formula. If one line is perpendicular to another line, x coefficient goes to y coefficient comes to x, in the middle minus sign will be there is equal to k, right? It passes through the midpoint D, right? Then you will get your k, substitute, you will get your SD line. Similarly, you find out SE line. SE is perpendicular to AC. Apply the formula, get your SE. So point of intersection of SD and SE is called your circumcenter. Okay, so that is your 5th and 6th questions method and concept. Okay, now come to your 7th and 8th question, right? Come to your 7th and 8th question. Observe, find the orthocenter of the triangle formed by these lines. So in the video, heading will be finding orthocenter when sides are given to you. That is, find the circumcenter when sides are given to you. Okay, now finding the orthocenter when sides are given to you. So how we will take this 7th and 8th question? Observe carefully. So here also same thing. They have given the sides of the triangle, right? So they have given the sides A, B, C. AB is given to you, BC is given to you, and CA is given to you, right? So if AB, BC, CA line sides are given to us, we have to find the point of intersection. How? The point of intersection of AB and AC is A. The point of intersection of AB and BC is B. And point of intersection of BC and AC is C. Okay, so just you take your straight lines point of intersection method and find out all the 3 vertices. Okay, so after that come to the question. What is that? We have to find orthocenter. What is the meaning of orthocenter? Orthocenter is point of intersection of altitudes. So AD is one altitude. Altitudes means again the line from vertex to perpendicular line from vertex to opposite side. This is one line. Similarly, from this vertex to opposite line you find out, right? This is D, this is your E. Okay. So point of intersection of AD and BA is called our orthocenter. So we need AD. So how you will find AD? So very simple. You got your BC line equation, no, in this problem. So your AD is perpendicular to BC. So just by applying same, whenever we know any line like this, its perpendicular line will be in the form of BX minus AY is equal to K. So in that form you take that line equation, and that line passes through A. AD passes through the point A. Substitute, you will get your K value. If you substitute entire K value in that equation, you will get your AD. So once again, first we have to find the three vertices A, B, C. A is the point of intersection of AB and AC. B is point of intersection of AB and BC. C is point of intersection of BC and AC. Right. So after finding the point of intersections, we need to find the equation of AD and equation of BE. They are the altitudes. Point of intersection of altitudes is called orthocenter, right? And it is denoted by O. Orthocenter is denoted by O. So we need AD equation. How you will find AD equation? AD is perpendicular to the line BC, right? AD is perpendicular to the equation BC. Okay, so just by applying that formula AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0 form, right, you take your value. Okay, so how you will take? X coefficient comes to Y, Y coefficient goes to X, in the middle minus sign is equal to K, and this line passes through the vertex A. Okay, so substitute, you will get K value. Again you substitute K value in that equation, that is your required AD, right? Once you got AD, then you find out same form BE, right? Then point of intersection of AD and BE. By using our formula, point of intersection formula, you can find the point of intersection of AD and BE, that is your orthocenter. Okay, so that is the concept and method of your 7th and 8th form. Okay, now come to the 10th one. What is the 10th one? It is a theorem, right? If Q, H, comma K is the foot of the perpendicular from the point on the line, right? So it is AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0, right? Then from the point, right, here the point is Px1, y1, and this is Q, H, comma K is the foot of the perpendicular from this point on this line, then show that. So very simple. First you take PQ is, this is PQ, right? This line is PQ. PQ is perpendicular to AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. So whenever any line is perpendicular, what I said, we will write its equation of PQ is equal to BX minus AY is equal to K. We will write, right? So then that PQ, right, passes through P. It passes through P, right? So substitute P in that equation. Similarly, PQ passes through Q also. Substitute Q value also in that equation. Then you will get like this: B into H minus X1 is equal to A into K minus Y1 is equal to lambda form. You will get it. First you send this one, this side, right? So we will have H minus X1 cross multiplication for these two, right, by A is equal to K minus Y1 by B is equal to, generally if two values are having a lambda is equal to, then we can equate 2 with any constant. If two values are equal in mathematics, we will equate with some constant, k, lambda, anything. In the textbook they have taken lambda, so you can take lambda. In any other book, suppose k is there, you can go for k also. It makes no difference. Okay, so with this we will get our h value, k value in terms of lambda. Why I am showing? With respect to lambda, we will get our h value and k value. So you will get your q, h, comma k, and q, h, comma k also belongs to your ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This is your q. Q lies on PQ as well as Q lies on AX plus BY plus C also, right? So that's why Q, H, comma K belongs to this line equation. Okay, so you substitute in that line equation, you will get your lambda. Once you got lambda, you will get this as your lambda value. Substitute, you will get your proof. Okay, so once again PQ. So actually here it is given that Q is the foot of the perpendicular. This is perpendicular, its foot is this one. So QH comma K is the foot of the perpendicular from P x1 y1 on the line AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0, right? Then show that one value. That is the theorem. So whenever Px1 y1 is there, right, it is the foot of the Q is foot of the perpendicular, means PQ is perpendicular to AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. Okay, your PQ is perpendicular to this one. So whenever it is perpendicular, PQ line equation is this one. This one passes through P, you will get one equation. This line passes through Q, another equation. After that we will get this one, right? So both are equal, no? So we will write is equal to some lambda. After that we will take these two ones and we will find H value, then these two ones and we will find K value. Once we got Q, H comma K, it belongs to the line AX plus BY plus C also. So substitute, right? You will get your lambda value as this one. Then in this equation, H minus x1 by A is equal to K minus y1 by B is equal to lambda. In lambda place, you write that value. Your theorem will be proved. Okay, so that is our 9th question. Come to the 10th question, right? So what is your 10th question? Observe carefully. If P and Q are the lengths of the perpendicular from origin to two lines, right? Suppose two lines are like this. Okay, so your origin is here 0 comma 0. Then length of the perpendicular from origin to first line is P, and length of the perpendicular from origin to second line is Q. It is given like that. Then prove that 4P square plus Q square is equal to A square. So you know one formula. The length of the perpendicular from Px0 y0 on the line Ax plus By plus C is equal to 0 is, this is the length of the perpendicular, right? Perpendicular distance from point to this line. What is this formula? D is equal to modulus of Ax0 plus By0 plus C by root of A square plus B square. That is the perpendicular distance formula from P to that line. Okay, so here it is given that P is perpendicular distance from origin to this line. So apply this formula, you will get your P value. Similarly, Q is the perpendicular distance from origin to second line. Apply this formula, you will get your P instead of D, right? Once we will take P and once we will take Q, perpendicular distance, and instead of x0 y0 we have to take 0 comma 0 in that formula. Actually this is the most easiest 7 marks question in straight lines, right? So only simple this formula you have to apply while finding P and Q. P is the length of the perpendicular from origin to this line, right? From origin to second line. Okay, so once you got that one, you will get this 4P square plus Q square is equal to A square easily. Hence proved we will write. Okay, so these are the 10 questions. Okay, so practice these problems method wise, right? So actually here two questions are of same type, right? Once you go through the videos also, right, practice them perfectly and try to write the exam nicely. Okay, all the best for your exams. That's all for today. Have a nice day.